Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of entertainment legends. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're going to explore the remarkable story of Muddy Waters, the iconic blues musician who helped shape the sound of American music. Born McKinley Morganfield, Muddy Waters would become one of the most influential figures in blues history, with a career spanning over 3 decades and countless hits like Hoochie Coochie Man and Manish Boy. But before he became a legend, Muddy Waters was just a young boy growing up in the rural South, surrounded by the sights, sounds, and struggles that would eventually inform his music. Let's take a journey back to Muddy's early life, which began on April 4, 1915, in Jugs Corner, Mississippi, a small farming community nestled in the heart of the Mississippi Delta. His parents, Ollie Morganfield and Berta Grant, were sharecroppers who worked tirelessly to provide for their family. Muddy was the 5th of 7 children, and his early life was marked by hardship and struggle. The family lived in a small cabin with no electricity or running water, and Muddy's parents relied on their children to help with farm work from a young age. As a child, Muddy attended the nearby Davis Elementary School in Clarksdale, where he developed a passion for music and began to learn how to play the harmonica. His teacher, Miss Annie Williams, encouraged his musical talents and helped him develop his skills. Muddy's love of music was also influenced by his mother, who sang spirituals and folk songs around the house. He would often listen to her sing while he worked in the fields, and these early experiences would later shape his unique blues sound. Growing up in the Mississippi Delta, Muddy was surrounded by the rich musical heritage of the region. He would often sneak into local juke joints to watch musicians like Son House and Charlie Patton perform, and these experiences had a profound impact on his own musical development. The sounds of the Delta, the moans of the train whistles, the wail of the blues singers, and the rhythmic thump of the drums would later become the foundation of Muddy's unique sound. As Muddy entered his early 20s, he began to feel the pull of the city, particularly Chicago, which was rapidly becoming a hub for blues musicians from across the South. He would often listen to the radio broadcasts of blues legends like Robert Johnson and Ma Rainey, who inspired him to pursue a career in music. In 1940, Muddy married his first wife, Mabel Berry, and the couple had 2 children together. However, the economic hardships of rural life and the lure of the city eventually led Muddy to make the bold decision to leave Clarksdale behind and head north. The year was 1943, and Muddy's journey to Chicago marked a turning point in his life. He would soon find himself at the forefront of a musical revolution, one that would change the face of American music forever. Muddy's arrival in Chicago marked a new chapter in his life, one that would be filled with creative breakthroughs, personal struggles, and defining moments that cemented his status as a blues legend. He quickly became a regular on the city's vibrant blues scene, performing at clubs like the Flame Club and the Zanzibar, where he met other influential musicians like Big Bill Broonzy and Lonnie Johnson. In 1946, Muddy began recording for Chess Records, a label that would become synonymous with Chicago blues. His early recordings, such as Muddy Waters Sings Big Bill Broonzy and Can't Be Satisfied, showcased his unique sound, which blended the raw, emotive power of Delta blues with the urban sophistication of Chicago's electric blues scene. As Muddy's popularity grew, so did his reputation as a dynamic live performer. He became known for his charismatic stage presence, his powerful voice, and his innovative guitar playing, which incorporated elements of slide guitar and harmonica. His performances at the Newport Jazz Festival in 1958 and 1960 helped to introduce his music to a wider audience, including fans of rock and roll, folk, and jazz. One of Muddy's most significant creative breakthroughs came with the release of Hoochie Coochie Man in 1954. This song, written by Willie Dixon, became one of Muddy's signature tunes and a classic of Chicago blues. The song's success can be attributed to its catchy melody, its memorable lyrics, and Muddy's electrifying performance, which featured his distinctive vocals and guitar playing. Muddy's music was not only influential, but also deeply personal. Many of his songs reflected his experiences growing up in the rural South, as well as his struggles with poverty, racism, and relationships. Songs like Manish Boy and Trouble No More showcased his ability to craft compelling narratives that spoke to the hopes and struggles of everyday people. Despite his success, Muddy faced numerous personal struggles throughout the 1940s and 1950s. He struggled with poverty, racism, and exploitation by record labels and promoters. He also experienced personal turmoil, including a tumultuous marriage to his second wife, Geneva Morganfield, and the challenges of raising a family while touring and performing. Throughout this period, Muddy's music remained a source of comfort, inspiration, and empowerment for him and his audience. His songs addressed themes of love, freedom, and social justice, resonating with listeners from all walks of life. As we reflect on Muddy Waters' remarkable achievements during this period, it's clear that his music not only reflected the times in which he lived, but also helped to shape the course of American music. The 1960s and 1970s were a period of great change and creativity for Muddy Waters. He continued to tour and perform, sharing the stage with legendary musicians like Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and the Rolling Stones. These collaborations not only introduced his music to a new generation of fans, but also helped to shape the sound of rock and roll. Muddy's influence can be heard in the music of countless artists, from Led Zeppelin to The Who drew inspiration from his unique blend of Delta blues and Chicago electric blues. One of the most significant events in Muddy's later career was his collaboration with Johnny Winter on the album The London Muddy Waters Sessions in 1972. This album, which featured a mix of classic blues songs and new material, helped to revitalize Muddy's career and introduce his music to a wider audience. The album's success can be attributed to the chemistry between Muddy and Winter, who shared a deep passion for the blues and a commitment to preserving its legacy. Muddy Waters' later years were also marked by recognition and accolades from the music industry. In 1980, he was inducted into the Blues Foundation's Hall of Fame, and in 1987, he received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. These honors not only acknowledged his contributions to American music, but also helped to cement his status as one of the most important figures in blues history. Despite his success and recognition, Muddy Waters remained humble and dedicated to his craft. He continued to perform and record until his death in 1983, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and influence musicians to this day. As we reflect on Muddy Waters' remarkable life and career, it's clear that his music not only reflected the times in which he lived, but also helped to shape the course of American music. As Muddy once said, "The blues had a baby, and they named it rock and roll." This quote captures the essence of his influence on American music and his role in shaping the sound of rock and roll. His music continues to be celebrated by fans around the world, and his legacy serves as a reminder of the power of the blues to inspire, uplift, and transform us. In conclusion, Muddy Waters' later years were marked by creativity, collaboration, and recognition. His influence on American music is immeasurable, and his legacy continues to inspire musicians and fans alike. As we celebrate the life and career of this remarkable individual, we are reminded of the enduring power of the blues to touch our hearts, minds, and souls. Thank you for joining me on this podcast, and I hope you've enjoyed exploring the remarkable story of one of America's most beloved musicians. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.